Previously on Fallout New Vegas, Gone Postal. Gary Coleman shot the postal dude in the head. The dude exploded the powder gangers for hassling Goodsprings. He recruited a stray powder ganger named Daria and an aspiring doctor named Delilah, forming the crew DDD. To celebrate, the dude had sex with Daria, Sunny Smiles, and Trudy, but not Delilah. He found his trademark clothes on a dead ghoul, and the trio set off on an adventure into the wasteland. If you've not yet watched Chapter 1, you may wish to do that before continuing. Chapter 2. Everybody hates the postal dude. Emblazoned with a blue alien t-shirt, black trench coat, and yellow smiley face button, the dude finally reacquaints himself with his early 2000s aesthetic.
I could use a pair of rhinestone assless chaps.
Daria, the flapping in the wind enthusiast, remarks upon this desire at random, unrelated intervals. Their companion, Delilah, has no such machinations, at least not yet.
You know, you remind me of a young Ernest Hemingway sometimes.
Considering how Postal 2 ends, this is eerily accurate. Delilah does not want to bed down with the dude, prompting his own perverted side quest. In the Postal games, the dude's motivations are either purposefully opaque or controlled entirely by the player. The dude needs a to-do list, as seen in Postal 2, but the goals are not milk and voting. The goals are making enemies of every major faction and town within the game, creating icky sticky misery, and recycling this misery unto the dude. Oh, good news! Because of the dude's actions in the previous chapter, the powder gangers already hate him. So that's one thing done. Let's go! In a gecko cave, both Daria and Delilah are set on fire, not by the dude, I swear. Whether for pragmatic reasons or sincere affection, the dude will endeavor to protect his crew and the town of Goodsprings, the only exceptions to his kill-em-all philosophy. As the crew approaches the town of Prim, they are stopped by a New California Republic soldier.
Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits.
Something the dude is not allowed to do? That's all the motivation he needs.
You weren't gonna die today.
Here
Surprise.
I come, you son of a bitch.
Dude practices his long-distance lobotomy skills and becomes infamous to the NCR.
Can we all just get along? Guess not. I better watch out for those guys from now on.
I have the dude murder his way through the entrance to Prim. To spare the dude's spine, one of the mods is Infinite Encumbrance. I swear I did not intend for the crew to murder the USO stripper. I wonder how many potential quests I can ruin by annihilating all these VIP NPCs.
I don't know what it was brought you to Prim, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans. Town's gone to hell.
Inside the Prim casino, the dude sets his sights upon his first civilian victims. The powder gangers and the NCR are both armed forces, but these guys, innocent bystanders. The dude, Daria, and Delilah are overpowered early in the game. Having two companions before the dude even left Goodsprings and a couple more mods that shoot up his experience will do that. This adventure is not about gamer challenge. I speedrun for no man. Instead, Gone Postal is about setting weird goals and achieving those goals by the funniest means necessary. Oops, there's one more on the list. Another goal, the worst karma possible. Everything that isn't nailed down goes into the dude's unlimited pockets. Unsatisfied with these random murders, I tell the dude to check out the hotel. I remember from my previous run that this contains the object of a quest. I love everything about escaped convict bully. I delight in having the dude throw dynamite, especially when he is on fire while doing it. Fallout New Vegas allows the dude to find quest characters even before the quest has begun. Case in point, Deputy Beagle.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my fingers, but my hands are numb.
In another playthrough, the courier might be here to rescue him. In this playthrough, the dude just happens upon him. The dude has high charisma. Hey, don't laugh, he does. And that gets him past the speech check. Deputy Beagle has some information on Gary Coleman and his hired guns. The dude is willing to free Deputy Beagle, but only in exchange for head.
I do hope this ordeal will be over soon.
No joke, immediately after decorating the deputy's esophagus, the dude's first-person perspective becomes tilted, indicating a bug. Deputy Beagle blew him so hard that it broke the game. I eventually fix it by dropping certain modded items that were completely harmless until they came in contact with Beagle's world-famous bloat skills. Took some damage from all that dynamite, so I have the postal dude smoke some crack. See, going postal isn't all about murder. It's also about sex and drugs. Oops, addicted. Oh darn, now I'm gonna have to give the postal dude more and more and more. I happen upon this man.
Okay, you're a dangerous sort, I get that. But I have some information I think you'll find useful, which made me follow you for a spell. It started off innocently enough. I was traveling, as I often do, and happened to observe you picking up one of those blue star caps.
He wants to trade caps or something, and I'm sorry, Malcolm, but you are just not going to be a major character in my playthrough. Yes, lost some karma. In the previous chapter, the postal dude met a man named JT, who was advertising a little modded hole in the wall called Lollipops, an all-purpose bordello and smut magazine headquarters. What do you know? We found it! Oh, what debauchery lay inside. Lollipops looks like it runs a side business performing tax-free chainsaw massacres. Oh, this is gonna be great. Hilly tries to partner up with the dude to make Lollipops the most famous gentleman's establishment in the post-apocalypse, but the dude already has enough companions. Better take him out quietly using a cat silencer. Stole his shares. This is legally binding. Postal dude, the new boss of Lollipops. Sorry, Doug. No witnesses. In a moment of uncharacteristic mercy, Postal Dude spares the life of a sex worker named Debbie, and in a moment of entirely characteristic lust, the dude asks her for sex. Bad timing. Postal Dude starts going through withdrawal right before the moment of truth. Debbie has seen much worse and does not draw attention to it. What a saint. The heart-shaped bed is far too fancy and romantic for the dude who is more accustomed to getting down in alleyways, rooftops, the backseat of a Dodge Dart rolling down a hill while someone consensually strangles him. I'm assuming. As a compromise, the dude and Debbie have sex near the bed but not on the bed. When they exit, Delilah is waiting outside the door. Was she listening the entire time? Kinky. Outside Lollipops, someone has already buried and marked Hilly. Must have been Debbie. Wow, heart of gold. Thanks, Debbie. Okay, enough fun and games. The dude runs this place now, and what Lollipops needs is a new magazine full of the hottest bodies in the desert. While Debbie sets up the photography studio, the dude can return home to Goodsprings to get some rest. Doc Mitchell cures Postal Dude of his addiction to crack. Yup, it's just that easy. Trudy plays a romantic violin piece while the dude chats up his companions. Daria is feeling good about her relationship with the dude, and so is Delilah. Where will this lead? Wait a minute. Horny Heather! She's alive! The dude accidentally friendly fired her into chunks during the Powder Ganger showdown, but she has somehow recombobulated herself. Either that or that's just the way the mod works, but who cares? Everything is right in the world. Up on the hill, the sky opens up, a gateway to the splendor of the universe.
I bet you'd be into some nasty shit if you tried it.
Oh, Daria, they did send a poet, and it's you. Back on the dude's main quest of getting everyone to hate him, he meets a convict and inexplicably has sex with her in front of two women who are allegedly in love with him. Immediately after this encounter, the nameless and now fully boned convict rushes off into a gunfight and then fucking dies. The last thing this poor woman did in her life was get railed by the postal dude from behind, while both of his companions watched in silence. I love this game.
Since you haven't pissed yourself, I'll assume that you don't know who we are. Next time I'll bring my sickle and wear my black cloak.
The NCR has tracked down DDD. The ranger claims that the dude has 3 days to improve his reputation, or else suffer the consequences. Ma'am, I don't think you realize just how overpowered my characters and his companions are at this early stage in the game.
Crap. You don't even want to live a few more days? Go. Get laid one more time or something.
Ma'am, the postal dude will get laid many more times than once. For this insult, you die, as well as anyone standing next to you. Off to Nipton, a town to the south. Who's this guy?
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! Smell that air! Couldn't you just drink it like booze?
You can probably guess where this is going. Yoink! Daria and Delilah killed someone named Thomas, and according to his journal, he was just about to turn his life around. The postal dude needs everyone in Nipton to hate him and... Oh. Looks like somebody beat him to the punch. Crucifixions, fire, no sex or drugs, though. Puritans.
Don't worry. I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates. It's useful that you happen by. I want you to witness the fate of the town of Nipton, to memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here.
This furry trash only yiffs in private. The dude can fix that. Wolfie style, right in front of his men. The dude contracted a disease from his partner. Yeah, it's called fascism. Hump 'em and dump 'em. In case it isn't obvious, I had Postal Dude take the bloody mess perk. The dude is now hated by Caesar's Legion. I suppose killing people who do so-called Roman salutes is worthy of a trophy. Better put Jesus out of his misery. I'm not even going to show you this part. Hey, a clipboard.
Would you like to sign my petition?
The crew found some more of Caesar's Legion. The dude walked right up to them, wearing the head of one of their generals. No reaction. The legionaries were lying in wait to ambush these mercenaries, I think. Once the Legion threat was eliminated, I had the postal dude throw dynamite at the mercenaries. The dude's breadcrumb trail of corpses leads to Novak. I tell the dude to chat up this woman writhing around in a motion that I guess is dancing. Oh gosh. The dude abides. Yeah, time to get down and fade to black. The unholy mixture of differing and conflicting mods allows for sex scenes for some encounters but not for others. The dude gets some intel on Gary Coleman and where his cronies are headed. Inside the T-Rex novelty shop, the dude picks the lock to the storehouse, right in front of Cliff, the proprietor. Wait, what? No, Daria, what are you doing? I did not ask you to murder Cliff.
I was gonna do it.
All this for some rocket toys and plush dinosaurs. Before the town righteously turns their guns on the postal dude, I have his dudeness proposition Jeannie Mae Crawford for sex, and they get down on the dirty floor. I couldn't get a good angle because there was a barrier, so here's some feet. The dude also asks Jeannie if she wants to pose nude for the Lollipops magazine. I have the dude's speech jacked up to the point that he can actually convince the motel owner that this would be good for business. Back at Lollipops, she just kinda goes for it. Dancing, writhing, whatever this is supposed to be, she's doing it hard for all the gooners in the Mojave Wasteland. Since the dude is down in the basement, maybe it's time to look around and oh, look, a dominatrix named the Handler and a meat machine named the Stag. My crew lets her know that there is new management, and the Handler tries to sell the Stag for 25,000 caps. Too rich for my blood. Back in the motel room, the dude goes down on Daria while he's wearing the wolf mask. YouTube guidelines force me to censor pretty much all of this, but it's so dark that it really just looks like a wolf man hungrily eating out a woman in SWAT gear while another woman watches, all under the heavenly glow of a Cracchio's cereal box. It is disgusting. And it's great! In a cruel twist of fate, the dude has passed his sexually transmitted infection to his lady love. Responsible partners should have a sincere conversation about their previous partners when such a matter arises, but Daria is already familiar with what the dude gets down to because she's almost always standing right next to him. Now Delilah, she continues to spurn the dude's advances, and honestly, good for her. Nevertheless, this is a side quest I want the dude to complete. The dude sees the Wasteland Hero and attempts a conversation, and what? The Wasteland Hero steals all the dude's money. The screen fades. Did we have sex? Is that the implication? I didn't have the dude ask for that, and now I can't even interact with this guy? Some hero? That tears it. It's time for the postal dude to urinate on an American hero. Splish, splash. You are taking a bath. Oh, and throwing up too. And with that, the postal dude is hated in Novak.
I think I'll need to keep an eye out for these folks. They're definitely hazardous to my health.
The dude was born canceled. Out of curiosity, I have the dude stroll into the motel area after he has been vilified. DDD and the local sex workers get into a bloodbath, and for a penny, I guess, the dude returns to Lollipops, and the silver-tongued devil convinces Debbie to pose nude for the magazine, and for free. Okay, this is a little exploitative, so fair is fair. I have the dude himself pose for the magazine. The Handler takes the pictures. The dude politely, nonchalantly, casually, ever so gracefully, asks to fuck the Stag. The Handler agrees, and the Stag goes so hard and crushinates him so thoroughly that the postal dude fucking dies. The Handler casually walks by his lifeless, cum-filled body. It's great. I reload to an earlier save and vow not to try that again until the dude levels up. It's not easy to find people willing to pose in the buff. Wait a second. What about the decent folks of Goodsprings? The dude's home, of course. Seeing as how Easy Pete was so helpful before, the dude pushes his luck and asks the elderly gentleman to pose nude. Easy Pete refuses to leave his beloved chair, but agrees to do the shoot right there, outdoors, in front of God and horny Heather.
Get ready. Here comes the boom.
I don't have to blur everything because Easy Pete does not take off his clothes. He just unzips his fly and hangs brain. The dude snaps a few pictures. Sonny Smiles happily agrees as well. Trudy, the buxom bartender, is down to clown. Same goes for super creep JT.
A little something for the ladies. No problemo.
Everyone wants in. The postal dude selects himself to be the magazine cover model, printed the magazines too.
Bet you'd be into some nasty shit if you tried it.
Daria, the dude just posed for a nudie magazine and convinced half the town of Goodsprings to do the same. How much nastier can he be for you, woman? The crew returns to Novak, and despite the misunderstandings before, the dude is still able to convince Jeannie to have sex with him again. The postal dude may need to go on another kill-crazy rampage to solidify his reputation in this town. Getting people to despise the postal dude is more challenging than anticipated. Maybe he's just too charming. As they get down, travelers stroll by and politely poker face so as not to interrupt the couple. These aren't just ordinary travelers, though. Ada Strauss is a doctor. Remember how Delilah wants to be a doctor someday? Dr. Strauss will train Delilah for 500 caps. Not willing to part with so much money, especially when one considers the scarcity of resources in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, the dude instead offers to pay with boning. That's a solution to everything. Hey, come on, Mater, don't say ooh. Dr. Ada Strauss is a fine woman of reasonable horniness. As DDD explores the wasteland, they encounter something that nobody ever expects. As all of this happens, a mercenary is stuck in the rock. After looting the weaponry, the dude spots a traveling merchant. And look, you know what's about to happen, right? Poor mercenary trapped in the rock. First, he is forced to stand idly by as the postal dude murders the cast of Conclave, and now he can't escape watching this lurid debauchery. Look at him, he's just trying to cover his eyes. The dude passes his STD to the traveling merchant. The responsible thing to do would be to clean out his wiener, like in Postal 2, but the irresponsible thing to do would be to not do that. I decide, then and there, to allow the postal dude to spread the most virulent sex rash all over Nevada. The postal dude was always a zero, but now he's patient zero. This is it. This is how the dude can get everyone to hate him. It's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying bullets. Time to arm him with a thicker tallywhacker. We gotta do this right. The answer was there all along. The postal dude's penis.